Steve, good to see you back at Hampden for the latest squad announcement. You've brought 3 guys back that you know inside out, that you know you can depend on.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we set out to do a few years ago, was to get a regular group of boys that would do well for their country. Liam coming back in, Greg coming back in, Jacob coming back, replacing some people that have dropped out, which is obviously unfortunate for them, but always a chance for someone else.
Injuries are obviously a cruel fact of life for you. I wonder if I can ask you about Kieran Tierney. He's been an influential player and person within the group. It's a bad break for him.
Yeah, one of our key players. Obviously really disappointing for Kieran himself, having got the move to Spain, having started so well for his club, to pick up the injury, and it looks as though it's quite a bad one. Is really disappointing for Kieran. But he knows that we're here. He knows that we're waiting on him. We know he'll get himself fit as quick as he can, and as soon as he can, without pushing it too hard, and hopefully he can be ready for us in the future.
We'll talk about Spain. Everyone knows the permutations, but obviously nobody within your group's getting carried away. Still a job to be done.
Yeah, you have to finish the job. We've obviously put ourselves in a really good position, top of the group. 15 points for 5 games is a pretty good place to be. We now go to pot 1 team away from home. Spain seemed to hit a bit of form last couple of qualifiers. Certainly scored enough goals against Cyprus and Georgia. But we go there with a realistic chance of qualification. So we go there to get a positive result. If we get a positive result, then we've qualified for Euro 2024, which is our objective.
And as much as we're all keeping our feet on the ground in here, you have made the distinction. The fans are allowed to embrace all this. They're allowed to get carried away and enjoy themselves. Yeah,
for the supporters, obviously, going away to Spain's a nice trip. Follow that up with a nice trip away to France as well. So it's a good double header for the fans, for us, business. Obviously the first game, the qualifier, is the most important out of the 2 games. But we'll treat both games equally serious, and hopefully we can get two good results.
The 2-0 win here at Hampden is going to live long in the memory. I'm sure it'll feel like ancient history come kick-off. But when you look back on that, what did we do well that night? What were you proud of as a coach?
I think we played better on the night than Spain did. Spain were in a little period of transition, I think, having had a disappointing World Cup campaign. They had just changed their manager. He was looking at a few different options that they had at his disposal. But on the night we played very well. When we go to Spain, we're obviously going to have to play very well again. And if we can play as well as we can play, then I'm pretty confident that we can get something from the game.
We then go to France to take on the nation ranked 2nd, I think, in the world. On paper, you could have gone for an easier test. What was the thinking behind this one?
Well, we want to challenge ourselves. We want to play against the best teams. It was one of the reasons, obviously, the 150th anniversary game against England fell in as a nice friendly, very competitive game. We're looking for that again when we go to France. We're looking for a competitive fixture against a team that's nailed on to be pot 1 for however many years to come. You go there, it's always going to be difficult, it's going to be tough, but we want to measure ourselves against the best. I'm a great believer, and if you compete against the best teams, you have to improve, and that's what we'll do.
Thanks for that. We'll see you in camp.
Thanks, Kenny.